So most parents get a diagnosis and it comes with a report that automatically says, go get some ABA therapy, OT and SLP. Well, those are very valuable therapy types. The one most important therapist is missed there, and that's you. We're here today to talk about why you are the best and most important therapist for your child on the spectrum. Let's get into it.
As a parent who has gone through the RDI process myself with my son and my husband, I know the importance of what a parent can do to help your child. I am a lived experience of that. And one of the most powerful things I can recommend to a parent is that you have the ability to help your child more than you could ever realize. And so today we're really wanting to talk about this idea that you are your child's best therapist.
I've met a lot of parents that are like, I don't want to come off as a therapist, or I don't want to come off as clinical with my child. But really the opportunities are in everyday interactions and in every environment.
Yeah.
And definitely not downplaying therapy types. I
No.
mean, here at Ausome we have a therapy clinic, and ABA is very helpful. SLPs, OTs, all of those specialists are very, very,
Yes.
very important. And as a parent, we encourage you to continue those therapy methods and ask a lot of questions to those therapists and get some tips that you can try at home as well. We're just sitting here as parents from one parent to another to state the actual transition happens within everyday experiences.
Yes. I can't stress the importance enough because, when I first started this journey as a parent, before I became an RDI consultant, I was terrified of the idea of this pressure being put on me as a parent to help my child. I didn't feel like I was equipped with the tools. I didn't feel like I knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
But you know your child better than anyone else on this planet. You understand their cues, you understand their body language, you understand every little thing that they do. And so as a parent, you have the strongest ability to make that connection with them and to help them.
A lot of parents get the diagnosis and they look into what therapy to bring their child to, and they automatically go to a clinic. And there's this one goal that a lot of parents are going to have to eventually go through if you haven't already, depending on the stage of your child. And there's one goal that every time we hit it, it's like a no-brainer that parents are involved, and that's potty training.
Yeah.
You get to the goal of potty training, and you have a behavioral consultant come in or an occupational therapist come in, and they're putting together the plan, but it's a no-brainer that plan goes to the parent. It's a no-brainer that that's going to have to be done at home, that we're going to have to help them get to the potty and put on timers and do the dance and all the fun, motivating things that we get to be part of with our children during that phase. But that's a no-brainer. And it's funny how that seems to be one of maybe a few examples, but the biggest example I can give on how parents recognize that it is in their power because it is happening in their homes, in their environment, and around the clock.
You can't do that all. If they're in the clinic, a couple times a week for an hour or two.
Yeah.
Look at all those opportunities at home, and it's for everything. Anything at home is is a perfect opportunity for a family. Such as making their meals. Yeah. Think of all the things that you can be teaching your child and co-regulating and doing with your child together.
Yeah.
Just by making one simple sandwich.
Yeah.
Or whether it's being out in public, going for a walk, you're co-regulating, you're communicating, joint attention, maybe you're playing a game of I Spy. There's so many opportunities in your daily life. And I get it though. It can feel very overwhelming as a parent to feel like, okay, this is constantly on me now. Like I'm paying for all these therapists.
Yeah.
But in reality, yes, the therapists do definitely play their parts, and they are important parts of the puzzle. They are incredibly important. But when a parent gets that ability or starts to learn the techniques and feels empowered and feels connected with their child, and they start to see those glimmers, oh my gosh, there is no better thing.
You're a mom of a kid on the spectrum, like in his mid-childhood years.
Yeah.
Does it feel like therapy to you? Like if we're saying you as a parent are the best therapist, can you tell us what that, do you feel like a therapist when you're doing it?
No, I feel like an empowered parent
Cool.
that knows the next steps.
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, I'm not going to get it right every time, and that's okay. No one's expecting perfection out of me. But when I see those little moments, I stop and I think, how can I use this moment as a learning opportunity? Mm-hmm. And I've been doing that now for a couple of years with my son. And I'm noticing such a big difference now, more so than ever.
Yeah.
In the beginning, there's certain times you'd start to feel those little glimmers, and those are what hooks you, because you're like, okay, he does have the capacity to do this. Mm-hmm. He can do this, and I'm the one teaching him.
Well, it's funny as you were just mentioning this morning. Mm-hmm. When we first started working together a few years ago, at the time, your kiddo wasn't comfortable with needles at all.
Right.
We had to come up with a plan for going and getting his needles. And so you were sharing that this weekend you went and got an ear piercing.
I did.
And you let him watch.
And he watched. And it was something that we talked about beforehand. Yeah. I spent a good amount of time talking with him about what it means, like about pain, about how pain is temporary, and how we can do hard things.
Yeah.
And this is something I really wanted to get done. And in my family, our motto is, you can do hard things. And I didn't want him to see my fear that I was scared to get it done because of the pain, when really pain is temporary. Yeah. And so we talked about it beforehand. And he asked if he could come in and watch. And I'm like, okay, sure. So he came in, and afterwards he's like, you know what, Mom, maybe I want to get my ear pierced. Or then he started talking about tattoos, and I'm like, well, all those things involve needles. Yeah. And he's like, that's okay. I think I can do these things now. Yeah. And so we'll see. Step 1 is going to be getting his flu shot. Step 2, we can see down the road. Yeah. But it just, that growth mindset that he felt that, hey, Mom, this maybe isn't as scary as I once thought.
I mean, and what better person than his mom?
Exactly.
I mean, honestly, you guys already have that bond. You already have that attachment and that trust. You have the time together. You have that motivation and the reliance on each other. And you can do these things in these natural environments. So I think that's really pretty good. It's really fun watching when you come in. We get to talk about like how your weekend went, because you just keep seeing more and more on how this is working.
It's one of my favorite things when I'm working with families. Yeah. And they come in and they go, hey, we tried this at home. Yeah. And guess what happened? Yeah. And then they start telling me, we tried scaffolding, and all of a sudden you could see like the pride in him. He wanted to hear more. Mm-hmm. And so it's so cool when you get to see these moments unfold. Yeah. It's really, really, really cool. I love it.
So if you want to check us out and check out our other podcast, they'll help teach you the ways that you can be your child's best therapist without feeling like a therapist. Always remember that number 1 is self-care, and being regulated yourself. I'll take it away to the red car.
Okay, explain the red car.
All right, red car today. So we have a red car theory we do in all of our podcasts. The red car theory is, if you were told that there is to go and count all the red cars on your way to work, you'll count the red cars, and we'll come to you and we'll say, how many blue cars did you see? You won't know, but you could tell me how many red cars, because you've focused on the red. So we want you to go home and focus on this. Notice all the times that your child is trying to have communication attempts. Notice how many times your child is looking towards you, pointing at things. These are moments when your child is asking for you to guide them. And so it's a really lost opportunity for parents when we don't pay attention to our child's cues for wanting guiding, because that is actually the moment where they're asking for it. So take a peek for that. That's your red car for this week.
So for parents, I would love for you guys to try at home this week. Next time you're looking at doing an activity with your child, it can be something as simple as making a snack at home. Maybe they can be the plate. They can grab the plate and you can grab the banana. Maybe it's making a sandwich where they grab the bread, you grab the peanut butter. You're giving them a role in this activity. You're doing this activity together, And you can really work on the adjustment of what they may need. Maybe they need a more incorporated part of it. Maybe they need to slow it down, and maybe they need for you to adjust the level to be easier. Then I would also like you to spotlight the moments that you're able to see those connections. So whether that's, hey, I saw that you were able to grab the peanut butter all by yourself. That's great. Thank you for helping me. Or maybe it's, hey, you knew that you were going to need a knife to spread the peanut butter. Good for you for already going out and grabbing that right away. Anytime you have those little moments, spotlight them. Really make them successful achievements for their flexible thinking. So just to recap it, at home this week, I really want you to take a moment, look at an activity that you can do together with your child, and just really find a way to do it together. Okay, so I think
that's about it.
That's about it for this week. So thanks, guys.
Thank you. Stay awesome.
Bye.